Hey guys, what's up? It's Theo the Felicia Minecraft here, and welcome back to another Stylcraft episode here on the Stylcraft server, and I have to harvest my dripstone. But welcome back to another episode. I have some big plans for some stuff that I want to do. So already I have 2 shulker boxes in my inventory, and when I open these up, this doesn't look suspicious, but when you see this, I think you can tell what I want to do. I want to make a frick ton of end crystals, and I've gotten all these gas tiers thanks to Theo from his gas farm, and I'm going to now actually head to the end to get some ender pearls from the enderman farm, which this is actually perfect because I have been doing some stuff to the little stronghold portal room. I've changed it up a bit, changed some lighting. I also added in the new obsidian farm, so I'll be able to show you guys that as well. So when I posted my last episode, I was looking at the time lapse of the stronghold, and there was a moment in time where the only part that was lighting up the room was this portal right here, and I really liked that, to be honest. And I would prefer if I didn't have to have these sea lanterns like in the sides, like if it could just be completely dark, but I can't really do that, and I've now figured out a way to light this to the point to where no mobs can spawn. I just love the lighting a lot more, and I think that it looks cooler because in the past it just kind of looked like somebody left their house light on. But we'll go ahead and turn our obsidian farm on, and we should soon see one of these bone meal dispense. Yep, there we go. Right, so how this works, first off, this is the way to the enderman farm, but this is the end hub that I have created. I made it obviously out of deep slate. I absolutely adore the way it looks. I just think it's so sick. We have like the sea lanterns there. We have a way to fly out if you have like an elytra or whatever. This is the staircase down to the farm, and this is where we store all of the obsidian. Look, I mean, this is a lot of obsidian, to be fair. And then also we have the bone meal, which, you know, comes from the obsidian farm. So here in a second, we should actually see, yep, there we go, just went up by 1. So there's this ladder here that you kind of climb up and then you shift. So now you're stuck in place, you're stuck shifting, and you're on the ladder. And then you kind of go the most forward that you can, and then you just hold down, right click, and every so often, when a bone meal gets dispensed through the portal, all of this obsidian will regenerate so that you can just stay here and farm it. Eventually, we will probably get a haste 2 beacon, but we don't have that now. But I love this farm. It works great. And as you guys saw, we already have a ton of obsidian. So like just in that short time, I got 9, which is actually, that's not bad at all. All right, we might have enough ender pearls right here, honestly. So get all of our blaze powder. I need 5 stacks of eyes of ender. So is this gonna be enough? I don't think it is. Have you ever seen this many eyes of ender in your entire life? I definitely have not, that is for sure. So now we'll take our gas tiers. We'll do a test, I guess. This is the first stack. Look at that. Dang, these things are expensive. Well, I came close. I messed up the counting. That is my bad. But this should do for what we need. So what I'm going to be using all of these end crystals for is for netherite mining, because I still want to go and mine some more netherite. I'm kind of sick of it, which is why I'm kind of, you know, trying to make it more interesting by introducing a new method, you know, using end crystals. I've used beds, I've used end crystals, or will have used end crystals, and then I've also made a tunnel bore. So kind of just trying to switch it up, but I want to get some more netherite in case if I die in the future. Currently I don't have any extra netherite, so I want to fix that problem. Alright, so now that we've gotten all of that sorted, let's go mining. Alright, it's time to actually start mining. Let's test how effective this actually is going to be. So we'll mine 5 blocks that way. Then we're going to place a... wait, can I mine that block there? Okay, then we're going to place a piece of obsidian there. And then we're gonna put one on top. And then we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna shoot it. Oh! Oh, we already found one! Wow! Here we go, and bam! Oh my god, I almost died. I have to be extremely careful. Okay, I have finally found a second patch. I've only used 12 of these, and I found a second patch, which it appears that there's at least one, or at least two, I mean. I don't think, yeah. Okay, well, 2 vein, that puts us up to a total of 3. So I've made it back from netherite mining, and unfortunately, I did not get the clip of me actually like showing you guys off the ancient debris, but I do want to show you guys something in my ender chest. So, as you can see, I have 3 wither skeleton skulls right here, and these I actually got because I was helping Diego grind for some wither skeleton skulls. Now, I wasn't going to originally get any myself, but we were getting ready to leave after he got his 3rd skull, and there was just a patch of wither skeletons lying around, so we decided to kill them. Before I get there, Diego has killed one, and it dropped a skull, and I just happened to pick it up. Then there were 2 left, and I killed both of them at the same time, and one of them dropped a skull. So at this point, I already have 2 skulls. And I'm like, well, we might as well get a 3rd one, right? So we're just kind of like waiting around for just a tiny bit of time, and I'm like, oh, hey, wait, there's a wither skeleton patch over here. The very, very first wither skeleton that I killed dropped a skull out of that patch. So I got 3 wither skeleton skulls in under 2 minutes. And like out of 4 wither skeletons, 3 of them dropped skulls. So basically, I have now gotten 3 wither skeleton skulls basically in a row. That is insane. Keep in mind the chance of getting 1 wither skeleton skull with looting 3 is 5.5%. Now as for the netherite, this is how many netherite scraps I got per stack of end crystals that I used. So this one was only 59 end crystals, but I got 31, and then all these other 4 were a stack. So this averages out to about 35 per stack of end crystals, which means you have over a 50% chance, of getting 1 ancient debris for every end crystal that you blow up. That doesn't mean that you're going to find ancient debris 50% of the time. That just means that you should get about half the amount of ancient debris as end crystals that you blew up. So all of this together equates to 43 netherite ingots and would leave me with 3 scraps left over. However, I had 3 ancient debris left over from off-camera mining, so I took one of those and I just put it in here. And the reason why I needed the netherite in the first place is because, well, I said I went off-camera mining with a tunnel bore, but as you can see in here, this is my fortune pick and this is my hoe. The reason they are not netherite is because I actually died off-camera, ironically, grinding for wither skulls, because I was trying to help Matthew get the How Do We Get Here advancement, and he needed a wither rose, and he was kind of on a time constraint, so I just figured I'd help him out. So while I was trying to help him out, he wasn't online, but I was, so I was like, okay, I'll get an early head start. I got 1 skull and then died. I lost all of my tools except for my sword, and then I also didn't lose my armor, which the whole reason for that is because the wither skeleton actually picked up my sword and armor, but all of my other stuff despawned. So I went off camera mining. I got 15 ancient debris, which gave me enough to upgrade all of these 3 tools, and then left me with the 3 left over that I talked about, but I didn't have enough to actually do these. So that is what we're going to be doing now. But check out how satisfying this is. I now have 44 netherite ingots. I am 1 netherite ingot off from having 5 netherite blocks. This is absurd. I have never had this much netherite ever in my entire life. So let's rightfully do what I've been wanting to do for a while now, and let's actually transform these from diamond tools into netherite tools, just like that. Easy as pie. So we all know Theo, right? He's been on the server for a long time now, And there's something that I did to him in Stylcraft 1.0 that I never really told any of you guys because I didn't record it as a clip for my channel. But if you check out his episodes from 1.0, then you will find a moment where basically I told Theo that if you put a netherite block in a shulker box, then the shulker box won't burn because of the netherite block. And this was told to me by Mumbo Jumbo, the YouTuber. It was like one of those things like Minecraft things you didn't know or something like that. I don't remember. And I believed it because I was stupid, even though I didn't even like I didn't even look at the clip and how he cut it or anything. Like I just kind of heard it and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I told Theo that because I believe Mumbo Jumbo, and it still burned with a netherite block in it. And Theo lost a netherite block, and I felt horrible about it ever since. So, today, we are going to give Theo his netherite block back, because it's been far too long. So, I'm going to surprise him with this, and he is going to find it so hilarious. I'm so excited to actually give it to him. It's gonna be great. And then the other thing is I have some plans for later in this episode, which I'm going to tell you guys about kind of while I'm talking to Theo, because I think I have a business proposal for Theo, and I'd love to actually open up a shop with Theo. I think that'd be so cool. I think that we would work together well as partners, and I'm super excited for this. So let's go meet up with Theo. Alright, Theo, it's been a while. I don't actually remember the last time that I talked to you. Exactly. Like on Stylcraft. It's been a bit. But I want you to just come over here. And I want you to look at my valuables. And I want you to...
Oh. Yes.
That's a lot of netherite.
It is.
So...
Netherite.
Earlier this episode, you kind of just like let me get some gas tiers from you, and I really appreciated that, by the way. Thank you. And I found that I got basically like for every end crystal, it's a tiny bit over a 50% chance that you will find one ancient debris.
Oh yeah.
Now it's not that you're gonna find like a 50% chance to find ancient debris. It's just like because there's veins of 2, there's veins of 3, stuff like that. That then add up to be, so like with 64 end crystals, the most I got out of 5 stacks, the first one I did was a tiny bit less. I got 31 ancient debris with that one, and then the second one I got 32, and that one was a full stack. Third one I got 37, fourth I got 38, and the fifth I got 37 again. So all of that added up to 2 stacks and 48 of ancient debris, which added up to 43 and 3 ancient debris left over netherite ingots. Which is a lot. Now here's the thing. This was through end crystals. And this episode, am planning on making a blaze farm and a super smelter. Super smelters are useful for glass. And blaze farms, I mean, hey, blaze rods, and then we have an enderman farm. The missing piece of the puzzle is gas tiers. And I think we could sell end crystals and make a profit off of it because of how much netherite you can get. Like, It is insane. So, my proposal to you is, do you want to make an end crystal shop together?
Sure.
Yeah! Woo! This is good. This is going to be great. I have so many ideas already that I haven't even told you about. That we'll talk about more later, but I actually have something for you. Yeah. So, here you go.
I don't really. Is this from season 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I've owed it to you for a while now.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see that again.
I was like, so I got them and I was told Seth, and he's like, you've got to give some of that to Theo. Like, he literally gave you free gas tiers, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay him back. I'm gonna pay him back for a while back. I just thought I knew you would find it hilarious too, because I knew as soon as I gave you a shulker box with a netherite block in it, you would get the reference. Oh, it feels so
Thank you.
good. I'm no longer in debt, guys. I give up. YouTube's hard. I give up. Okay, I have been working on a project, and I got footage of it, but I just realized that my mic has been muted for all of the clips. So I'm going to go over what I've done. Essentially, I spent about half an hour grinding for chests with this beacon right over there, just getting some spruce wood, and I made a ton of chests. And then I also AFK'd at Seth and my iron farm to get some iron so that I could actually make a ton of hoppers, because there were probably a few words that you heard when I was talking to Theo, and those words were super smelter and blaze farm. So I've already gotten working on the super smelter itself, and I'm actually very, very close to testing it. I have designed this myself. I spent like literally all of yesterday designing it, and it's very, very cool how it works. It uses hopper minecarts, stuff like that. So I'm literally loading in the hopper minecarts right now, and then I realized that my mic was muted. I'm happy that I noticed it sooner than later, but I'm also a bit disappointed because the entire building process that I went through with this, I can't use because there's no audio for it. Okay, let's see if this works. So this is the fuel, and this is the actual items. So we're going to go ahead, and we're putting in all of our items, and then we're putting in the coal to smelt it all. So, okay, that's the items getting distributed. And it looks like all of the furnaces are lighting up. That should be the last fuel minecart that goes. Oh wait, shoot, I'm literally standing on the line there. I'm surprised I didn't just bump that minecart and completely ruin the system. Okay, we're hearing droppers, that's good. Because that means that all the stuff should be being pushed up into here. And it is. Oh my gosh. I love this thing already. I mean, I know it's pretty fast. I think it could still be faster, but I don't really know how to do that, like how I would make it fast. Oh, and check this out down here. We have a free Christmas light show with these observers. Check this out. I think it's funny. This is going to make projects go so much faster, guys. Like, I know that this is just like a little thing I built, like, oh, I built a super smelter. This is my first ever super smelter that I built, and I actually designed it, which is cool. So I'm super stoked that I've made something this efficient, but I love it so much already. This is gonna make smelting glass so much faster, because I despise waiting for things, like genuinely. Like, I had to smelt, like, I think it was less than half a stack of glass just for like these tubes here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to smelt glass. But I'm not gonna be complaining about it anymore, because I got this thing. Like, look at that. That is insane. So last episode we built the moss farm above the stronghold, and I needed those chunks to be force loaded. So we made a rule that essentially for every chunk that you want to force load, you chuck a diamond in lava or into a cactus or whatever. So I did that off camera. I mean, I force loaded them on camera, but I threw my diamonds into a cactus off camera. But now I'm going to do it again for this, because I want to have this force loaded so that I can basically just put all my stuff that I want to smelt into it, and then I can just leave, go do something else, and then come back, and then it will all be smelted. Because like I said, it still takes 6 minutes 10 seconds, and like I could come over here from my base, smelt some stuff up, and then leave and get everything else together that I need for a project while this is smelting. So I want to keep this force loaded, and I need to pay diamonds for that. So I checked, and it takes up 6 chunks. Unfortunately, it's not like one chunk this way. So like, here, I'll do this. This is one chunk here, and then this is another chunk here. So if it was just all in this one chunk, then I'd only have to pay for 3. But because I also have to force load this chunk, and then 2 more chunks back, and then this chunk and 2 more chunks back. So that is 6 chunks that I have to load. So we're going to chuck all of these in lava, and then I'm going to force load the chunks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, now that it works, I think we should actually start decorating this thing. And I'm going to kind of cheap out on this part because I want to decorate it with quartz, but I also need something to cover up all the redstone here. So I just use carpets because that works out pretty well for me. So I just figured I could put cobble here and get away with it because you're not really going to see it if it's being covered by carpets. I was already annoyed at the thought that, oh, I have to smelt this quartz into smooth quartz. What did I literally just build? I have literally just built a super smelter. So now I can just use this, but I needed a full stack of blocks to actually be able to do it. And I don't really want to waste coal because otherwise I'm just kind of like letting in each one of those furnaces. I'm having like 6 uses just doing nothing. So we're going to take our wood here, and I believe that this can smelt 1.5 items. So we will put our fuel in, and then we'll put our item, and it should be done very soon. Gosh, I love this thing. That took like less than a minute. This is amazing. And now I have finished decorating the super smelter. As you can see, I have a piece of sand here renamed to input. Then we have fuel over here. And then we have the output of the glass right there. And then you probably see this diamond here and you're wondering what that is. Well, I'm going to get to that in a second. So right up here, I've labeled it super smelter. 1 diamond per 9 stacks. Fuel is included. Important note, only load full stacks into the super smelter. And if you smelt less than 9 stacks, you still have to pay full. I have created a money scheme because you guys know me. I'm all about profit. I love profit. So basically, I am allowing other Stylians to actually use the super smelter. So it would be 3 diamonds per shulker box that you're smelting, or 1 diamond per 9 stacks. And I'm going to fill this with blaze rods, which is the reason why I need to build a blaze farm. However, the problem is I have ran out of time for today's episode. So we are going to get to that next episode. So thank you guys, like always, so much for watching. All of you guys are the best. If you did enjoy the episode, then please leave a like and subscribe. I don't ask that often, and it would really be appreciated. You guys are the best, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.